Be careful of sunk cost fallacy, because it'll make you ignore basic reality. A lot of people were upset with my last post comparing Palworld to Pokemon. And the common argument I saw time and time again in the comments was that you can't make a comparison between Palworld now and Pokemon in 1999, simply because there are more gamers now than ever before. And I don't know if people realize it or not, but that argument hurts you more than you'll ever know. And so the question arises when you bring up that point. If you can't compare it, and it's not an apples to apples comparison, then why doesn't Pokemon have more game sales than it did in 1999? In 30 years, it's never come out with a generation that has outsold Generation 1. And when you get into the data, it's a lot. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and Sword and Shield came out during the big boom, and yet they still haven't been able to outsell their sales in 1999, which means their player base is much, much smaller, because there's naturally more gamers out there. You can look at all of their releases. Not a single one in 30 years has beaten their original 1999 release. Legend ZA, their most recent release, is only about 13 million copies. And when you compare this to other gaming franchises like Call of Duty, every game that has come out since its original has outsold the original. Call of Duty came out in 2003 with 4.5 million sales. Look at how it's only increased since then, and it leveled out a little bit, but then had years where the top-selling games came out and they're spread across. I mean, look at this. So if you plug this into a graph, here's what Call of Duty has been doing over the last 20 years. And here's what Pokemon's been doing. So if there are more gamers than ever before, because you're right, that means Pokemon's game sales are even worse. And here's the thing, everything else for Pokemon is the exact opposite. Remember, the TCG since 1999 was printing anywhere between 1 to about 3 billion cards every year. Then in 2020, we had the big boom and we went from 4 to 6 to 8 to 10 to 12, and now we're back to 10. Meaning more people are playing it, more people are collecting it, and they have greater sales. I want the Pokemon games to be what they could be. I mean, good gosh, Pokemon spent, over $40 million in litigation against Palworld, and they only spent $20 million on Legend ZA and like $27 million on Scarlet and Violet? Do you think that's a sign of a strong company that's killing it in their gaming section when they spend more on lawsuits to crush other games than they are on their own? The games are not doing well. And even the ones that I think are fantastic, like Pokopia, now granted that's a spin-off, it only sold about 5 to 6 million copies. Also, I've never seen anyone up in arms that Pokemon basically ripped Animal Crossing. No one's ever said that. They'll scream that Palworld stole from Pokemon, and never that Pokemon stole from Animal Crossing. But I love that game. It's a great game. I probably have 400 hours into it at this point. I've been building a massive city. But the rest of the games in 30 years have not beat out their original 1999. That's not good. Especially if there are more gamers than ever before. Those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Peace out, you goofballs.